Hey everyone who's here early, welcome to our second episode of Fyre Bar, the off-topic podcast. I am once again your bartender, Brian. Like we kind of said before in the last episode, this show is going to be a lot more different than our previous podcasts and shows. So the only difference with this one is that it's off-topic, so we don't have a topic. We just kind of talk. So if you listen to us live at home on Twitch, or if you're in your car or jogging, whatever, on Spotify, iTunes, or SoundCloud, we welcome you guys. And tonight with me, I have some of the most gorgeous men that I know on this planet, and I will have these men introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I've got beer. Ah! Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Akhtar. I'm here.
Great.
I'm Mo. I'm also here. So
It rhymed with beer.
No, it did. Yeah, it did. But then Mo's like, "Well, I'm gonna rhyme here with here." That's that big brain move. Did you guys know that words just rhyme with themselves? Like, why would you ever use different words? Man, rappers are stupid.
But maybe he was using the hear that you hear. Like he is here in your ear.
that was pretty fire, not gonna lie.
Get out of here with that wizardry. Get out of here. Get out of here.
All right, my bad.
Oh, I'm Brian. Oh, I'm a walking thesaurus.
I wish I was. You know how much that would have helped me in life? Like, I was one of those people that messed up all the theirs. It took me forever to learn those.
Dude, I just hate the idea of like a word that's called thesaurus because you just sit there and you're like, yeah, the saurus. So it's like any dinosaur, like fuck you, bro. Like, I don't care which dinosaur is it. I don't care. Just tell me, is it T-Rex? Nah, man. It's just the saurus.
The source.
Damn.
Dude, when was it discovered? Like, this year? Is it new? Like, come on, man.
Oh yeah. What's the source?
Oh my
Can you
god.
please link me to the source?
I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up for this.
It's gonna be a good show, Mike.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yo, that one's going in the notes for sure. Matter of fact.
Oh, hey, can we talk about that? Can we talk about how you guys have like a note, like file filled with just different bars for
Yeah.
I guess an upcoming rap album?
Yo. Akhtar, do we tell them?
Bro, we need to keep. I want to keep it low key, but just so you guys know, Mo keeps like this huge list of just all these bars that just come up out of nowhere during conversation. Because I personally, I don't know why, I just have this thing where when I talk, I like to rhyme words, and if I'm trying to make a point, if I'm trying to make a point, I duly make sure that the words rhyme, because if it rhymes, then obviously it's true, you know? Like...
Ooh.
Dude, you were coming up with like, what was it, one like a few weeks ago about like me and a priest?
Don't tell him!
Hold on,
My
everybody.
bad.
Gotta save that stuff for the album, dude. You can't give that out for free.
Yeah!
Okay, my bad. I didn't know that. Okay, my bad. I was gonna go on. I thought you were just kind of messing around. I know it was like actually
Messing around. No, this is serious business, Brian. There's gonna be an album. There's gonna be a song on it about that very thing. We can't spoil it.
We don't mess around with bars. Are you crazy?
No.
You can't be letting out secrets like that, bro.
We'll tell everyone, who's listening at home to do not rewind. Do not rewind this.
Come on, Brian. Loose lips sink ships, my guy.
Yeah, I damn near quit.
Yeah, where you gonna go?
I'm gonna be struggling, but I won't be here.
I'm trying to drink this pina colada.
Shit, I'm already struggling here, actually. Where am I going?
That pina colada looks like a big ass Capri Sun. Just for the audio listeners, Brian just said, "I'm gonna drink this pina colada," and he pulls out this big ass Capri Sun looking thing.
But there's no straw. It's like that. It's like
It's just a bag. It's bagged pina colada.
Dude, I totally forgot Capri Sun actually used, like, for a limited time, went with that design for a while.
Mhm.
Oh, did
I
it?
always, like, remember they were like the little rectangles, and then they're like, oh, for just a better, more stylish flavor, we put in the curve, and you're just
Wow.
like, I bet, does it still taste good? Yeah, it's sugar. What do you think?
Yeah. Dude, I used to be that little kid who would like violently open it and just stab straight through it all the time with a straw. I was an animal.
I would accidentally do it, and then it would like come out the back. It would just like spill everywhere.
So you try to use your finger as like a block as you're trying to drink it.
It sucked, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
I didn't even aim for the straw hole. I always aimed for I always turned it over so that way it just wouldn't balance. I would just like stick it in the bottom.
You stick it in the butt?
To like stab. Yeah, I do it in the butt.
This guy drinks from the bottom.
That's wild, man. That's wild. I think I know a guy, and then he drinks Capri Sun from the butt. Motherfucker butt chugging Capri Sun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was young and stupid then. I'm older and wiser now. It was like 2 weeks ago, but whatever.
Yeah. I was a young man of 26. I've learned.
I'm so careful with
how do you when you guys eat bananas? How do you open them? Because I always open them
from the stem. Pull from the stem.
From the bottom. What?
I always open them from the bottom.
Okay, so wait, I know what Octar, I know what you're talking about, because like in actual like in the zoos, monkeys, they actually hold the stem as the handle and they peel from the top. I know how you open it that way.
That's like to leave the cartoon banana peel that has like the stem that collects all them. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
yeah, but it's so easy just to pull from the
bottom.
stem because it's got a little handle.
Yeah, it's a handle. It's literally easy access.
It's a lot easier from the bottom because there's less resistance.
Do you see that stats?
I mean, listen, maybe if you eat your bananas when they're green, but if you wait for when they're actually like ready to eat, there's not a lot of resistance from the stem. Like there's a guy over here like pulling a banana, like, oh, there's gotta be a better way. It's so hard.
Well, yeah. Well, Mario Kart has their bananas like that too. Like you were saying, that's gotta be something to it.
Well, I think it's just an aesthetics thing. It's not because it's the easier way to peel a banana. It just looks better than if you have like a peel with one end of it has a stem sticking out.
Yeah,
it's an artistic thing.
It's a choice, damn it.
I guess I'm an artist.
Yeah, an autist more like.
Oh, jeez.
Sir.
It's okay, Octar. I love you. I love you no matter what your life choices are.
I'm happy that you would also love me if I was on the spectrum. So I appreciate that.
Of course. I'm on the spectrum, most likely.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I probably am. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I haven't met like someone who would diagnose me and is like actually like able to do that correctly. But like even me, I'm like, maybe I am. I don't know.
Dude, if I ever went to like any kind of like doctor, any kind of like psychologist, any of that, I'd be diagnosed as like 30 different things. Which is why I don't go.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I feel like they should actually give you a legitimate diagnosis. I mean, psychiatrists, I have a different opinion on that I'm not willing to share right now. But I feel like psychologists, I feel like they actually sit down and listen to you for a while and actually kind of, after a couple of sessions, and especially since they don't prescribe medicine, so their job is to actually listen to you. I feel like with psychologists, after having, a number of sessions, then they can probably diagnose you. But I feel like if they diagnose you on the first session, you better get out of there because no.
Like you sit down and they're like, yep, you're bipolar. It's just like, wait, hold on, what? I haven't even told you my name yet.
Yeah, I remember when I saw a psychiatrist for a little bit. I'm not going to disclose why for now, but I remember when I did for like a little bit. It was me and my mom went, and yeah, that's an interesting thing. I never been like analyzed like that before.
I want to be clear. I think like going to see a psychiatrist or any kind of like therapy is overall a good thing. I think more people should try it. But I'm one of those people like I'm so in my own head all the time that like I feel like anything I would talk to a psychiatrist about. I've already ran through my head a billion different times. Like, I'm so like self-aware about what all my weird quirks and issues are that it's like, you know, it might help to talk to someone who has a different point of view, but I don't think there's gonna be any big revelations of like, oh, you've got these problems. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. I get you, dude. I get you.
Yeah.
I concur, doctor.
You are correct. I am depressed.
Spoiler
alert, that's just my whole
I'm
life.
depressed and I got anxiety. Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Ooh,
would-
that's
I
news.
I would love to though have like that like Goodwill Hunting relationship at one point and be like, just kind of just sit there and be like, so she farted, huh? So she farted when she went to sleep, huh?
Farted so loud it woke her up.
Oh.
Does that ever happen to anybody where like you're mid-sleep and then just like a fart or something shoots out of you and it's so fucking loud that it just wakes you up on the spot?
Yeah. I had that happen to me, but with like a burp. Like I don't know. I guess I was about to throw up or something. But it was just a really loud like belching as soon as I opened my eyes, and like one of my ears started working and the other one didn't yet. So I heard it come in, then like the other ear started working and it came out, and I was awake.
See, that
All
stuff
right.
is so weird whenever there's like some kind of outside like stimulus when I'm sleeping, because it'll manifest into a dream I'm having before I wake up. Like I always have these dreams where if I because every time I wake up in the morning I have to pee super super bad, but I'll have these dreams that like I'm peeing in weird places because I have to pee so bad. So like I had one before where it's like you know, I would get up from bed and I'm like, oh dude, I gotta pee, but I can't make it to the bathroom. I'm going to pee in my garbage can that I have next to my bed. And then it ends up like spraying everywhere like wildly. It's getting on my desk and my computer and I'm like, oh no, oh, but I can't stop it. But then I wake up and I'm like, oh god, good, I didn't pee anywhere, but I really do have to pee really bad.
Dude, I've definitely had those. Dude, scares the hell out of me every time.
No.
Oh
See,
my
that's
god.
crazy. I don't get that kind of it's not necessarily external stimulus that'll wake me up, but especially like even when I sleep in my basement, it's internal stimulus that'll wake me up. And I think that's a lot of the reason like my body wants to move from an uncomfortable position, but it has to wake up. Like it's in that weird of a position. So a lot of times I'll hear like I said, when I'm sleeping on my love sack, I wake up to like the noises of explosions or the laundry machine, like a sound of like the laundry machine being like banged on really, really hard.
Mhm.
Like and the brain does that. The brain just does that just to wake you up so you can like move from like what could be a vitally harmful position that you're sleeping in at that moment.
Dude, I
I-
wish my brain would do that to me, because there are days I will wake up and like my neck will be just fucking like it's at a right angle and I'm like, oh god, and it ruins my whole day because it hurts so bad.
And
Yeah,
then
and
you
every time you try to do
your
it.
head like Batman.
Hate it.
Wait, can we just talk about one Oxford? Why is the first thing you randomly dream of explosions? Like, are you okay?
No, it's not the first thing I dream of, but like it's something that like my brain will just
Well-
start to put out to wake me up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, were you in the war or something? Or
No,
What?
You know, the war.
It's crazy.
Oh.
It's actually a lot more common like than what a lot of people think. I even like looked it up and I was like, dude, I keep waking up to this shit, and it's like, yeah, the brain does that so you can just wake up. Like it
True.
thinks it imagines. It doesn't even have to be an explosion. Like I said, it could even like sometimes it'll be like loud, hard bangs that like my laundry machine will be letting out, and then by the time I wake up, it's not happening at all. And I mean, I know it's not a ghost because I don't believe in that shit, and I don't want a reason to believe in that, so it's not that. Because
So it's not. It's not. It just can't be. It isn't. It isn't. And that, you know, it's just not. No, but the brain does do weird stuff. I mean, that's the whole thing behind sleep paralysis, right? Which is what I used to get sleep paralysis pretty bad whenever I would like sleep on my back. Because like it would be one of those things where my head would be tilted back in such a way that like the soft palate like at the back of my throat would kind of like I want to say like collapse into itself, but that sounds a little too extreme.
Yep.
But it would restrict airflow, right? So you'd be losing oxygen in your sleep, and your brain's like, oh my god, we are suffocating. I gotta wake this dumb motherfucker up. So you just get like suddenly like you wake up and you're staring at the ceiling, but like when you're in deep REM sleep, your body's kind of like paralyzed. Like you don't really move a lot when you're in that deep level of sleep for whatever reason. There's probably some like I don't know reason for it that we evolved over time, because I don't know, maybe we slept in trees and then people kept falling out of trees while they slept. So the body's like, okay, we got to shut down the motor functions when we're sleeping. Who knows? But anyway, you wake up, you can't move, and you're just in this weird like dreamlike state because you were just sleeping, and you just see and hear the fucking scariest things. And for me, it was almost like there's like kind of like this vignette of just like darkness just kind of like encroaching the center of your vision. And in that moment too, like you can't breathe either, because it's the same issue as before where you're in that position that's blocking airflow. So you're like, you can't breathe, you can't move, you're staring up at the ceiling, your brain is making you hear and see very crazy things, and it is terrifying. But then eventually, then eventually you do get, full motor function back, and then it's okay. But oh man, it's the worst feeling.
See, that's why I don't sleep on my back anymore, because the same deal like with you, Mikey. When I sleep on my back, it's a coin flip, period.
Yeah.
And I remember the sleep paralysis that I had was super fucked up. And that's when I figured every time I go to sleep, I will, from here on out, sleep on my side, left side usually, because farting just feels way better, and you fart a lot more when you sleep on your left side.
True.
But I woke up from this, or I was conscious during this sleep paralysis episode. And obviously, I go to sleep with my iPod and the charger, so I go to sleep watching YouTube, and it gives off a light. And so, what happened was, I wake up, and this is the stupidest thing. I wake up, I know I'm in sleep paralysis because I can't move my arms or I can't move anything, and my eyes are open. And the stupidest decision in my head, I'm like, I shit you not. I'm like, let's write this one out. I want to write this one out.
Let's see where we're gonna go on
this could be fun.
And that was the starting thought. But as you progress through sleep paralysis, your brain naturally goes in this state of terror. No matter what, you're in this state of terror. It'll just naturally get there. And I was being held down. And I guess during the YouTube video that I was watching, there was this part with a lot of like white that was going on. So the part comes on, and there was like a lot of white and a lot of light going out throughout my room. And through the light, there's just the silhouette of this person holding me down. And you can see it like this, like almost, like from like Predator when he's wearing camouflage.
Yeah.
It was like that, and you could see the silhouette of like a camouflage, like you can see through camouflage type of human being. And to this day, I could see the silhouette, and the silhouette did this shit. That
tilted its head.
Yeah, and I was like,
I don't know. I don't want any part of that.
I woke up so scared at that point, and I'm like, I'm sleeping on my left side from here on out. That's what I'm doing.
That was the day I swore to myself to always sleep on the left side. End.
Dude, sleep paralysis is fucking terrifying. Man, I've had it happen to me once where I swear to God, I even told Mo about it, where like I swore I thought something was coming out like the corner of like my wall at me.
Mm-hmm.
Scary shit. And you just can't move. You're just literally locked there, just stuck.
Yeah.
So I was texting Mo like, bro, you're not gonna believe what just happened.
Like, if you don't take your stupid ass back to bed, and you don't fuck alone, always with this shit.
Bro, the demons are coming. They're after me now. This is it.
I would like to think, Brian, have you ever like found yourself in that situation where you're being chased by like ghosts or demons, whatever? You just immediately call out Mo, like, bro, you won't fucking believe it, being chased by a demon right now. Sending you a pic.
Be like,
bro, he's so scary. He's so scary.
Sure, Brian. Whatever you. Yeah, we all got demons, Brian. That is true. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mo looks at the picture. It's like my toilet. It's like, bro, go bring your ass back to bed.
Swear to God.
Oh man.
Dude, but seriously,
You
like,
guys-
no, sleep.
But seriously, you guys like had any extreme cases though like that? Like at least even seeing something holding you down at all?
I mean, that was probably the one that I had. It was like but it's kind of like what Mike said. It was like a blackness filling in, but it was just coming from like one corner. It looked like a stream of something, like kind of came over me. And then,
Yeah,
Oh,
the worst one I had was the same situation where I'm like staring up at my ceiling, and it's like black tendrils like coming like from the corners of my vision, but right in the spot where I'm looking on the ceiling, there's like this fucking like demonic face like forming out of the ceiling, and it's like getting closer and closer to me. And meanwhile, like I'm hearing this like droning noise, like getting louder and louder and louder. And it to the point where it's like deafening, and like the face starts like smiling and shit, and gets all like twisted, and then I wake up. But yeah, that was probably the worst one I ever had.
yeah.
No.
I think one that I had, which as a kid, it was like a really loud like ringing sound. I feel like, but that's the thing. I don't know if that was actually sleep paralysis, because I thought I remember once like one of you guys were over. I'm like, did you guys hear this sound? And it's like it starts quite like dee, like it just keep going for a while. I feel like I was with one of you guys, and one of you guys were just like, bro, I don't hear shit. I'm like, it's happening right now.
You got that tinnitus, dude.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, but I haven't had it since I was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could also just been like a high frequency thing, because sometimes there are just, if you're in a house, there could be like a pipe or something that just is like doing this weird like vibration that's creating a high frequency that most people can't hear. You know what the craziest thing was? So kind of a little tangent, but my grandma on my mom's side, who I've never met before, her and a couple of my uncles, they're buried in this cemetery that's it's like I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's this really beautiful like Italian kind of like cemetery place where there's a lot of like mausoleums and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, like they have these like almost outdoor like walls with like plaques, and people are like buried in like the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there was one portion inside one of the mausoleums where I was walking through, and I reached this like one corner where I just heard this really high pitched ringing, and I was like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And I asked my mom, "I'm like, do you hear that?" And she's like, "You hear the ringing?" And I was like, "Mom, what the fuck? You know what the ringing is?" And she's like, "I always used to hear that ringing when I would come here when I was younger, but she couldn't hear it anymore, because the thing is, as you get older, you lose the ability to hear like higher pitched and higher frequencies." And there was a situation where just in that one part of the mausoleum, there must have been some pipe, some bit of electricity. I have no idea, but just something causing this really high pitched ringing that she was no longer able to hear, but she used to hear. And then I heard it, and she was like, "Oh my, you hear the ringing, dude?"
What?
Dude, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, there's no way, Mike. For someone who has all these weird things happen to him, you like, you have better faith in ghosts.
It's not just him. It's like other people who are who have shared the experience with him, which makes it even fucking crazier. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's, you guys probably remember in high school, because people always used to do this, where they'd play those like high pitched tones on their phones that the whole class would hear. It's all a bunch of teenagers, but an older teacher wouldn't be able to hear it, so people would just be laughing, and the teacher has no idea what's going on. I don't know. A lot of things make those high pitched. The thing is, like, that's the crazy thing to think about, right? With like how limited like human senses are, like talking about frequencies you can hear, or just colors in the spectrum you can see. Like right now there are so many noises and things happening that we just can't perceive around us, and it's crazy to think about.
True.
I mean, even think of stuff like radio waves or ultraviolet waves, like all this stuff happening that just the human eyes and ears don't perceive. And it's like, yeah, dude, it's all around us constantly.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like that thing where like it's a theory where like ghosts, sorry, kids can see ghosts when they're young because they're so like pure to the world. They can see them, and I guess like sometimes I hear like a lot of people say like, oh, as you get older, you lose that ability because you're not as pure or whatever. I don't know. I thought that was always an interesting theory. Like if that's true, that's cool as fuck. But
I think it's just a
Not
matter
Zach
of you
Baggins.
lose your creativity, your sense of imagination.
true.
That guy's my hero. Oh.
Well, I mean, like it's also on ghost shows and stuff like. I can't like maybe what was that one called? Paranormal Caught on Camera or something like that. They say that a lot on there. Where like babies, dogs, cats, they're all receptive. Like maybe they are. I don't know, but
All the
that's
things
always
that
another thing I
can't
hear.
talk to us and confirm this, they can see the ghosts. Yeah, if your tree could talk, your tree would talk about all the ghosts that are constantly around it, but it can't tell you. So, but I hear the tree. I can tell you. Yeah,
Well,
that's really convenient, lady. Thanks.
At least with like dogs and cats, like it's funny, right? Because like they're so sensitive to all this shit around them. Like I remember when I was sitting there with Tank. Those of you who don't know, Tank is my lovely. And he's this big 120 125 pound fucking dog, and like he's an active, dopey, fucking stupid. I love him, and just one time, like a couple of times actually, he just sits. He just sits down. Hairs on his back are risen up, and he's like scanning the room. And I mean, I don't know like what would cause that. That's one of the reasons you can't explain it. So it's like, oh, ghost, But like, he never does that unless it's something that's freaking him the fuck out, because the hairs on his back are up. He's sitting down, completely composed, and he's scanning the room. I'm not gonna say it's a ghost. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's something that's like happening that freaks him the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, animals, their senses are so much more acute to ours. Like, especially a dog with the sense of smell and hearing and stuff like that. They're just picking up on things that people have no idea what's going on. But hey, not to commandeer the conversation, but considering we already talked about ghosts in the last podcast, Brian, you had something you wanted to talk about today that I thought looked pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So it looks like that there is. I think it's a single person actually. But someone is actually making a Superman game, which is awesome because I guess Rocksteady isn't doing one instead. They're obviously working on the Suicide Squad game. So I guess this one individual kind of took upon himself and actually started to make his own Superman game. It's called Undefeated. It's a free-to-play game on Steam. You can download it for free. By the way, this is no plug. We're not sponsored by this individual or whatever. I just thought it was interesting and I wanted to bring it up. But right now it's very early access. The person's obviously still working on it, but for right now you can fly around. You can do things such as like challenges where you like fly through the rings, and then destructive challenge, destroy shit.
The Superman 64 flashbacks where it's like, oh, you can fly through rings. It's like, no, dude, no. I don't know if that's what you want to do for your Superman game.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we lost
But they are
Brian.
flight challenges, and they're still very fun.
Good.
It's
So glad he's
there. He is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, audio listeners, sorry for the live show. We're on a Discord call. Brian just fucking disappeared.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, no, so it takes from like the Superman 64 and also like the Superman Returns because they brought that shit back. But apparently, rings and Superman go together. I don't know why, but
well, it's just a thing where it's like, okay, you have this character whose main like mode of transportation is flying. So like, oh, let's find a puzzle that involves flying, and the only thing people can ever think about is like fly through rings. Because to be fair, it's the same thing with like the like Arkham VR challenges, like for the gliding, it's just like glide through the rings. It's like at some point someone's got to come up with something better.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, because
I was just gonna say, regardless though, like I did see the trailer that because you linked us the trailer for this game. I didn't get to play it yet, but it does look really really cool. At least in terms of like the powers you can use and stuff, and the fact that like everything looks destructible.
Yeah, like that's one thing that I find.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like the physics of that game are absolutely fucking impeccable. Like how you see
Yeah.
the buildings fall down, how you see the rocks, how when he uses his laser vision, the precision of the cut on like the
Yeah.
walls and everything, like it is pristine. Like it looks
Dude, it
so good.
is. Like the one thing about this game, like the reason why he's making it, and it's actually for a lot of people because they're trying to show Rocksteady that like, hey, you can make a good Superman game. Superman is possible to make good, because I know there's been a lot of Superman games that haven't been good, like 64 and then Superman Returns on the 360, which I liked. I'm not gonna lie, I did like Returns, but I only liked the flying part. That was really it. It was cool to fly around. But yeah, he's trying to make this the kind of show like Rocksteady, like, hey, it's possible. So he doesn't get in trouble with designing it. He's not Superman. He takes off sunglasses to use his vision, like
Yeah.
fucking Cyclops, and he can do the Kamehameha and stuff like that. So he's kind of like, at least from this, a lot of people are speculating, wondering if like they can design their own hero type of thing. But from what it looks like, you play
The
as
only
Go ahead, Akhtar.
the only like kind of makes me iffy about it. Oh, sorry, no. The only thing that makes me kind of iffy about it is just when you fight like normal grunts, because I saw like some of the fighting as well, and like he just stands there and he just takes the bullet because dude, he's the fucking Man of Steel. A bullet's not gonna do anything.
And
all
that's
these
the
grunts are going
big
down with
thing,
one
right?
punch.
Like how do you introduce challenge into like a Superman type of game, right? I mean, unless you just keep falling back onto like enemies have kryptonite weapons.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the biggest issue there, because mechanically, yeah, I think he's proven you can make it really cool. Like as like a sandboxy thing, you can fly around, you can blow stuff up because Superman likes to destroy things. I don't know. That's what the Man of Steel taught me. But when it comes down to it, like when you make a game, it's just like, okay, well, there's got to be challenge to it. And that's the hard thing about Superman as a character, is very few things really challenge him besides like his obvious weaknesses, or besides like the big bad villains like like Doomsday or something like that. So it's like, well, how exactly do you go about that? Because it's a really cool tech demo right now, but it's not exactly a game yet.
Yeah, because he even has right here, like in his notes, like eventually you'll take on a few supervillains because they have like a boss mode where you can actually do like midair fighting and stuff like that. Like actually look cool in the air fighting. You can fight on the ground, but they also have nothing can really threaten you. You're bulletproof, fireproof, and punchproof. You don't even need a health bar.
Oh.
So right there, they even removed the whole health bar aspect. So then it's kind of like you're saying, like where does the challenge get involved? Where is like that? Where are you going to struggle in the game, or are you just going to blow through the whole game?
What is this game called again?
Well, you can download it right now. You can totally play it right now.
What is it
for free.
What is it called? Is what he asked.
Oh, Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah. You can. It's on Steam. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but for audio listeners, you would go to Steam and Undefeated, and then I think the profile picture is like a gray and it says Undefeated in black.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So.
But I think that's probably why like Rocksteady hasn't made a Superman game yet, is because that's probably what they're running into. Because like what you could do is, if you did, and what the developer of Undefeated might try is making the game like a puzzle solving game where you use your powers to like solve puzzles and stuff like that. So maybe it's not quite as combat focused. I mean, obviously there'll be like the boss battles like you said, but
yeah,
I think if you were to design a game like that and still have challenge, maybe that would be the challenge, is the puzzle solving aspect. But the problem is you can't really do a Superman game like that, because you're going to make a whole Superman game and it's just like, Superman's over there finding Korok seeds. I don't know. Like, he's got to have more to do than just solve puzzles.
I feel like he derives a lot of his power as well from the sun, so you can also probably create some sort of link that can make him a little bit weaker. I'm not saying block out the sun entirely or block out the sun partially, because obviously that plays like a plot hole now.
Yeah.
But I something with like the sun, I don't know what, but I think like they can hopefully work something around that. And like you were saying, they can't just have kryptonite derived weapons either. Like that's fucking kryptonite by itself is rare as shit. So I would think that would probably just be more along the lines with the bosses. But even then, it gets stale because it's like I know what the next boss is gonna have. The next boss is gonna have fucking kryptonite. Like
Yeah.
so.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like, yeah, making Superman weaknesses will be hard because, like, yeah, you can throw in magic because Superman is vulnerable to magic, but even with that, I mean
No.
that very much limits your heroes, and then you have to now borrow villains from other superheroes and stuff like that because if he's gonna try to fight someone, I mean, you would want to throw like Cersei's at him, or Ares, people who have magic, so maybe you borrow from like Diana's world because those are gods and stuff like that. You like Doomsday. You would have to throw the heavy hitter at him.
Right. And I mean, like, to be fair, like, you could do a game where it's, early days of Superman where maybe he hasn't fully gotten used to his powers yet and doesn't have full control over them, so he might be quote-unquote weaker than what you would imagine Superman to be later on in his life. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of difficult to make a game like that and still have it be challenging but fun but make sense for the character. There's a lot of stuff you got to balance there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it's impossible to make a good Superman game, but it certainly takes a lot more thought than like a Batman game.
Yeah. There was another
saying, balance plays.
What?
One of y'all got to talk.
Actually, go ahead.
I was saying, it's balancing, like you were saying, Mikey. Balancing is probably one of the biggest, like you said, challenges of that game because, like, even though like the Rocksteady games of Batman, he can, and the impeccable writing that he gets in the comics, he can beat everything. He's still somehow balanced because there's a certain thought process that he had to do. There's something that he had to go through beforehand to learn about his new challenge and all of that. Yeah, man. Like, but if it was just like an open sandbox game, with just random shit and it was for free, fucking fantastic Superman game now. So,
yeah,
I mean,
like,
it's cool for sure.
Well, see, that's the one thing I like because it's free to play, and I don't have no problem with that. But there was like another company. I was just looking them up for audio listeners. There are another people who actually made a Superman game where they tried to figure out like how to make Superman feel human. And I know some of you guys know these developers, but Factor 5, you guys know who they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones who made Layer, Road Squadrons, all those games back on like the GameCube and PS3 era. But they attempted at a Superman game, and if I remember correctly from that, I think that game hurt them really bad financially, and it almost put them badly in the hole. And I think then they came out with Layer, if I remember the history of this game. But they had it to where like when you're fighting enemies, they showed like a tech demo of Superman fighting Doomsday, and they were kind of going at it, and you can literally even fight through buildings, like how you could like punch someone and he would go through a building, you could fly straight through the building. Like I feel like in a Superman game you would need those elements. Like you want to, I mean, hell man, I want to punch someone straight through a building, but at the same time not completely collapse the building, you know what I mean? Like kind of like how just like in that comic books it makes like the classic hole, but the building is still perfectly structured up. But yeah, so they tried at it.
Funny enough, though, isn't that like one of the biggest issues? Is that like the things you would want to do as Superman are all the things that Superman would never want to do? Like you want to destroy all this stuff, you want to cause mayhem, and like that's just not what Superman's about. So it's weird that there's some like disconnect there between the gameplay and the actual Superman mythos. Because man, I'm thinking about like. All my favorite Superman stories, they're stuff that deal with like the philosophy behind Superman and about like a dude who's like a god amongst men and how he copes with that and how that can affect. Like my favorite Superman story is Under the Red Sun, and that's this whole thing of like, oh, what if Superman fucking was born in Russia and some shit, and then eventually like kind of like controls the world in order to make it safe. But the thing is like, well. You're being a dictator, like this is going against the things you believe in, but the philosophical stuff is always the most interesting stuff to me, because otherwise, Superman's just this super powerful dude who can pretty much take down anybody given enough time or resources or whatever, so it's like,
Yeah. Well, see, and that's one thing too. Like with Superman, like I love Superman a lot, but he's probably I think the one of the most like how do I say that? He a lot of the things he is doesn't always match every single type of source material because like depending if you're watching the old Justice League show or like the older, I guess, animated movie series that DC did, because I know they rebooted it now, but like his comics to his novels and everything, like his power level is always different between in those. Like sometimes Superman will get hurt by a bullet, he'll fall to the ground and go, oh. Then there's times in that same line, he's taking bullets like it's nothing. So it's kind of like his inconsistency there.
Yeah, it's inconsistent. He's as strong or weak as the writer needs him to be for the given moment. But that's the other issue too. Is like, funny enough, and probably also the reason why there hasn't been a good Flash game yet is because it runs into that like Sonic the Hedgehog problem of like, you have this character who can move so fast. How the fuck does the player control that and make it feel good, you know? Because you play a lot of like those 3D Sonic games and it's like, I can't fucking control this dude. And there's segments where he has to be on rails because there's no way a human could do it. So it's like, they're cool heroes with their own cool stories, but like when you put it into actual gameplay, which arguably might be the most important part of a video game, it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah. And that's actually Mikey, but he said it's actually another studio that tried to do a Flash game. And I think their theory was to slow down the world, but make Flash at his normal speed, but slow down the rest of the world so it made it look like. But you had ability to turn it on and off, I guess, in this. And it was the studio, I think, was called Bottle Rocket Entertainment. But then I think that title went through a few hands, if I remember. But yeah, but that's what they did. They slowed everything down, stuff like that, to make you feel fast.
Well,
I mean,
and that is a cool aspect of going like super fast. But the thing is like the thing about going fast is you want to see the blur. You know, you so much like it's so like I feel like that gives a person a certain adrenaline rush when you have that blur effect kind of going in between. You're seeing the buildings go by, you're seeing the trees swoop by. You're maneuvering around cars, which if you're going that fast, something feels good about still having that much control, even though you're going so fucking fast. Like I don't know, it's an amazing concept, but I feel like that should also be like a side ability too.
No, definitely. Like early screenshots. I mean, here, I'll try to show audio listeners. I'll try to break it down for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can really make that out, but they added the blur effect to the game where Flash has like the lightning behind him. As you can see, the vehicles are very concept. They're grayed out, but they tried their best to create that blur look and imagery for it because, like I said, they really wanted to capitalize running fast. And to audio listeners, it's just a shot of like the sky, him running through the street, his lightning behind him, and everything around him blurred as he's charging forward through like this clear circle. But yeah, so I mean, a lot of these heroes are hard, you know what I mean? And I think like probably maybe one of the easier ones, and still will have her own problems. But Wonder Woman 2, like maybe you can do a God of War feel to that. But once again, then you have to also put her, because she's almost as strong as Superman. So then once again, it's like, yeah, Diana has more of a limit, but it's like, okay, now you got to gauge that limit because she fights gods, you know? Like, I don't know. A lot of superheroes are hard, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of superheroes are just so overpowered
I feel like a good, like
that
an easy one would
doesn't. Oh, I didn't know you were talking, Akhtar. On my screen, you were just like mouth fucking closed.
There's a crazy delay going on somewhere on my end.
Yeah, that's okay. This is the world we live in with a pandemic. You have to do all this stuff online, and it's difficult, but do what we can.
Make it work.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so many heroes that are just so insanely overpowered that like if you make a game about them, you have to scale them down somehow or do something like, again, the slowing down time thing. That's probably the way you got to do it, but like it doesn't feel as good, So it's like, No, I would like the idea of them going so far where it's like time is really slowed down, but Flash is just like a normal dude. like it doesn't feel fast at all. It's just like it's like fucking like a GTA 5 running where you're just like tapping the A button. Dude's like, Yeah, but like the whole world is frozen.
Dude, I fucking despise that running. Oh my god, GTA running, I hate it.
Rockstar, your games are detailed and wonderful, and I've technical marvels. Find a better control system, my guys. What are you doing? I don't want to mash A anymore.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Or you can just hold in. You go to a little jog. No, just let me hold and you'll run. I don't want to actually have to exert the energy my man's doing.
Every other game series has got sprinting down. Like, oh, you click in a stick, or you even hold a trigger or something, and then you get the sprinting. But Rockstar's like, no, fucking mash the A button. It's like every moment of gameplay is a fucking quick time event where you're gonna mash a button just to move. I'm sorry. I love GTA. I love Red Dead, but that's the one thing where it's just like, figure out something else, my guys. This doesn't work, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's like they're mimicking actual running.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Well, like in Red Dead 2, I mean, if you went in, I guess, rhythm of the horse, like how it galloped with your A button, your horse wouldn't lose stamina, or it would like deplete slower. But it's just like, fuck that, I don't want to have to sit there like, all right, foot down, all right, foot down, all right, foot down. And it just says, go with the rhythm. I'm like, I don't want it.
No, it's a rhythm game when you're riding your stupid fucking horse. It's like, stop. Stop it. Now Oktar's gone. God damn it.
Yeah, now we lost him.
The best part is, Brian, when you edit like the audio for this, there's gonna be moments of like us talking, and then Oktar's audio is gonna be like, "What the fuck happened? God damn it! Hold on, let me just."
I'm gonna have to go in and start chopping.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like mute it, and it's gonna be weird. Welcome back, buddy. You're sideways, but I don't care.
I'm so. Hold on.
Hey, kind
How
of.
about now?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey. Better, swing, better.
We got technology, yo.
All right, so just so you guys know, yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, yeah.
No, yeah.
Not that I'm just being dumb.
My Discord gave out, and I had to basically during the time I was
He cut out.
Audience who cannot see. I had to fight a dragon. Shovel the driveway. I had to, I had to make dinner. So there was a lot of shit going on in that. Like,
well, you got that done in a very
second.
short amount of time, so that's impressive, dude. Hats off to you.
Oktar, I don't know if this is for anyone else too, but you are cutting out for me and pausing. This is gonna be fun for the edit.
Yeah, right. Good luck.
Ooh, Sundays, my release days, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, this sucks. Like I was doing just fine. Like at like the first like 40 minutes of the stream, and now it's all gone to heck.
Yeah, that's what happens. What happens with the internet and weird weather and shit. It's supposed to snow more this weekend too. I
oh my god!
Yeah,
make it stop.
I hate winter. I'm over it.
Jesus Christ! You guys are getting so much snow.
Dude, it snows a lot. Like up where they are, like there was. I feel like wasn't there one time it snowed in like the dead of like October?
Probably. I mean, there's been times where it snows in like May. Like here in the Oktar and myself, we're in the Midwest, and there's like 6 months of winter in the Midwest, where it's just constant. It's terrible. And right now, like we've gotten so much snow that like every time like a snowplow goes by, it just like cakes all that snow at the end of the driveway. So there's even if you cleared your driveway, now there's just a wall of snow that you have to get past, and I'm sick of it, man. So sick.
I feel like people who live in the Midwest are like modern day Vikings.
It kind of feels that way, you know? Well, but seriously, the Midwest, like, listen, the nice thing about the Midwest is you don't have to deal with a lot of natural disasters besides tornadoes. Like, tornadoes are like the one thing that you have to worry about in the Midwest. But, you know, we don't get fucking hurricanes here. There's no goddamn volcanoes or anything. So it's pretty safe in that regard. But Midwest has got some of like the hottest, most humid summers, and then like the coldest, snowiest winters. Like it's just like the extremes.
Yo, y'all got Hummers out there?
We got the most humid Hummers, dude. Like you get inside a Hummer, you're like, God damn, roll down the windows. Then you roll down the window, and then the humid summer comes in, and it's even worse.
Humid Hummers in the summer.
Humid Hummers in the summer. There, write it down. Put it in the note. Put it in the note.
Yo, y'all. Let it be known.
See, this is why. This is why we just, without even trying, we just lay down bars.
Yes, I got the biggest like, fuck yeah on my face.
Hey,
Yes.
but speaking of disasters, can I talk about something with you guys real quick?
Okay.
So my friend Rob, who I mentioned on the last podcast, I work with him at a school. We do maintenance at like a private school, and we've been talking this past week about how fucked up the movie Titanic is, if you think about it, right? Because what's the premise of the Titanic here? So it's all about like the disaster of this unsinkable ship sinking, but the way the movie frames it, there's, it starts off with like this modern, I say modern, we're talking what, 1998 or whatever, but this modern group of like researchers, finally finding the ruins of the Titanic, and then like speaking to a survivor, a fictional survivor, Rose, right? This old saggy ass 90-year-old woman, and like the movie, the fucking movie for like the first hour and a half or whatever is just like her just getting dicked down by Leonardo DiCaprio. Could you imagine being this research crew, right? Where like this disaster of the ship sinking, like so many people dead, and you want to talk to one of the survivors and get like all this information. She's like, well, there was this young poor kid who, he gave me the hardest dick. We were in a car, it got all steamy, he drew me naked, and it's just like, lady, stop, what are you doing? This was a disaster, this was a big moment in history, and you're making it about how you just, it's like your fucking spring break or some shit. But fucking James Cameron gets away with it because modern audiences are just like so far removed from the disaster of the Titanic sinking, right? So this made us think of an idea, right? Of just like writing a movie that could just beat Titanic once and for all. And this movie, it'd be more contemporary. So it would take place in, let's say, like an office setting or whatever. And you would have your Leonardo DiCaprio character played by someone like, I don't know, some young, hot person, maybe Zac Efron or someone of that ilk. And then you would have, he'd be like the coffee boy in an office, right? Just like the lowest class, possible in this tier of the work environment. And then like he'd have a manager who's, I don't know, played by Natalie Portman or an actress like that, like an attractive actress who's now a little bit older, but not too old. And they get into this love affair, right? And this whole movie is played like a rom-com pretty much, where Zac Efron's got his like schluppy friend played by, I don't know, friggin' Charlie Day or something like that. Just whatever schlubby guy you can find. And Natalie Portman has a husband, and he's like a cool dude, but kind of distant or whatever. And she's like, oh, I love my husband. Oh, but this Zac Efron guy is just something about him, And this whole movie for like an hour and a half, again, it's just this rom-com or whatever. But then as it gets into it, the thing is, as the movie goes on, you kind of notice that like this movie's contemporary, but like it seems a little bit like older. Like some of the technology is just a little bit outdated. Some of the phones they use, the computers, stuff like that. Like it's a little bit outdated. And then there's little things here and there. But eventually you reach a point where, I don't know, you're following like Charlie Day's character for something. While Zac Efron and Natalie Portman are fucking in an office bathroom on a different floor, Charlie Day's, bringing paperwork to the boss or whatever. And you notice in the background, like you can barely see it, but there's like a calendar, behind the boss on his desk or whatever, and it's out of focus, but it's there, and you can almost make out September 2001.
Oh.
And in this moment, when Charlie Day is putting the paper down, you just hear in the background,
Oh no!
it's 9/11, baby. That's right. This whole this rom-com led to this fucking disaster, and suddenly this movie just becomes like this dark, gritty 9/11 movie. Fucking like it's horrible. You know, it's almost like those documentaries you see on it. In fact, you could splice in real footage. Like it just the tone shift would give audiences such insane whiplash. But it's doing exactly what Titanic did. It's just really fucking being shitty to an absurd disaster that happened in history, and then just playing it off as like, oh, it's a love story. It's like, no, people died.
Yeah.
Bro, they should call that movie Titanic too.
No, we were talking about calling it something like so the idea would be, you know, they you know, talk on the phone a lot, like, you know, Natalie Portman away from her husband or whatever, and we would call it like When They Call or something artsy like that, but it's WTC, World Trade Center.
Oh my god.
The movie poster, the aspect ratio would be 9:11. You know, just little hints that very astute viewers might pick up on, but most general audiences would never see it coming until the scene.
Yo, man, you should use that GameStop movie to make that, or GameStop money to make that movie, bro. That's a good idea.
Wow, I never thought about that. Holy crap.
Yeah, and it's the best thing too, right? Because it's in such awful poor taste, but it's like, oh, it's the same thing Titanic did, only everybody watching Titanic wasn't alive when that happened, so nobody cared. But this one, people will care.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting because it's like, yeah, we weren't alive back then, so yeah. Wow, that is so fucked.
That's what I'm saying,
Mankind.
man. That's what I'm saying.
Mankind is weird.
Yeah.
So that's my movie I wanted to pitch to you guys.
All right, I'll figure out a budget.
Okay, let's get it started.
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'll get a first draft to you by Monday morning.
All right, bet. Jeez, oh my gosh.
That was really well thought out. Like,
no, I mean, I listen, for good reason, I did not go into full detail, because me and Rob were talking about some real fucked up shit for this movie. So I saved you guys the gritty details, but like we went into it, like all week we've been talking about this, and again, it's just the most horrid thing. It's in such poor taste, but it made us cry laughing just thinking about it.
all I can say.
Okay, I have to say that. And keep in mind, everybody, like, I know this is going to be really insensitive. I know it's just a joke. Please understand. But one of the things we talked about is, like, you would, at the end of the movie in the credits, you would have a special thanks section, and it would just be all the victims' names.
Oh my!
Could you imagine how fucking mad people would be? People would be so furious over this movie.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Just write it all down, like, so I can say. It's gotta come to life one day now, like.
Yeah.
There was like a single part of your idea that was gold.
Oh, but there was another one that this one isn't as bad. But Rob, for some reason, he wanted to have the movie start with like the Friends theme song for some reason. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Like just like that happy music. And again, it's funny because it's such like a faux pas to use like such a well-known theme for like another show or movie in your show or movie. But we do that, right? And then like by the end of it, like after like the planes hit, it would be like this down-tempo version, like, so no one told you life was gonna be this way, you know? So not only would this movie suck so bad, it would ruin Friends for everybody.
Damn, you're trying to take down the whole industry slowly? Jesus.
Dude, you just broke me.
Right?
Oh my god.
It's literally the worst idea for a movie ever, and I love it.
Cheers, gents.
Cheers to that one, huh?
Holy shit.
Do I call the police or like?
I don't know who you call, dude. But when they call, you're gonna be watching.
Dude, that's just wow. Wait, was that just a span of one day, or was this like a multiple day like topic?
Well, it was multiple days, but the bulk of it was talked about in just one day. Because we, as we were going through the different classrooms cleaning, we were talking to one of the teachers there, and we got on the topic of Titanic and how like fucked up the idea of that movie is. And then me and Rob, like on our break, we were like, you know what, we can top Titanic. we can make a movie in such poor taste that it changes everything.
Yeah.
And congratulations. You've done it.
No.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, one day the world might actually make that movie, Mike. You know, like 1,000 years down the line.
Well, y'all heard it here first, okay? This is going down in the annals of history. If anyone steals this movie, it was my idea and Rob's idea.
Yeah, true.
Holy crap, that is crazy. But that's a lot of thing too, like especially like a lot of like stuff in like history. I mean, a lot of times they, try to put a story behind everything.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with like the what was it, Pearl Harbor movie, where like that movie sucked, and it was also a bad romance movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I hated that movie.
Yeah.
They made us watch it in fucking school. Like, I don't want to watch
Yeah, I
this.
remember watching that in school too. What was that about?
Yeah, like, this is real. I know this is like something that happened. I guess. I'm pretty sure it didn't happen exactly like this, but why are we watching this?
Why is this here?
It's just not why we're like reading this fucking book. What?
I had one teacher where there was like a lot of books in school that we were supposed to read, but instead we just ended up watching the movies.
Yeah.
Like my teacher was literally like, I don't feel like reading this to you, so we're just gonna watch the movie.
Yeah, watch this movie. Right? Fucking give me 5 answers to these questions. Drop them.
Yup.
Like,
Yeah.
really? I gotta fucking make sure I'm paying attention to a movie now, and making sure I'm listening for when they give me the answer for. Oh, so
Yeah.
what did Jack say right before he died? I don't know. I'm invested in this movie right now. Like, this is a good part. The fuck.
Dude,
It-
that
it
helped me
is-
so much.
It is nice though when like that happened and it was a movie you've already seen, so you already
Yeah.
know the answers to all the questions, and then you can just fucking like fall asleep for the rest of the class.
Right. That was probably one of my favorite things about the class film appreciation. I had what was his name? Mr. Clark, I think was his name, right? Yeah. But a lot of the movies he was viewing for us, I seen a lot of them, and it was okay because I had like a fantastic grade in there. I even had like I even like because he gave you like a syllabus of like the movies already, and I've watched a lot of them already, so I was able to easily like turn in assignments early, and I got to play my PSP a lot in that class. It was a good class. I like that.
I had that class too with Mr. Kane, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good
Dude,
time.
that was a fantastic class. Maybe it was Mr. Kane, like older man classes.
Yeah.
Okay, then we had the same. Okay, Mr. Kane, that was his name then.
That does sound pretty awesome. I mean, if he's giving you a syllabus of fucking, oh, this is what we're going to do the entire class, I'm going to go home the next day and just watch those movies as well so I can just dick around in the class later.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So a lot of the movies were ones I knew because like a good majority on them were like a Meryl Streep movie, and at the time it was perfect because my mom was really big into Meryl Streep, so I was able to watch a lot of them beforehand because she watched a new Meryl Streep movie like every single night, and so I basically knew them all. So when I got the syllabus, I'm like, I know pretty much a good majority of these, and these ones I already know. There were some of them I actually did have to watch though, but yeah,
Wouldn't that be great if like you went into a film criticism class and you look down a syllabus and you're like, huh, these are all Meryl Streep movies. Then you look up and your teacher's just got like a Meryl Streep shirt on and just like all this Meryl Streep swag, and it's like, wait, hold on, wait.
I know.
Are you teaching this class just because you like Meryl Streep?
Exactly.
But it was cool though. There was one movie I never got to see on that list was I would not have seen without that class, but Scorpio about the cop. Al Pacino played the cop.
Oh yeah.
Serpico.
Serpico.
There you go.
Yeah. Serpico.
Yeah.
Crooked cop. You're a crooked cop. Huh?
Yes, exactly. Yes, dude. Al Pacino did. I'm not gonna lie, his beard and his hair was on point, and so was his acting. He did great in that
I
movie.
love that.
No.
Serpico.
But yeah, I would never have watched that movie without that class. But yeah, it was cool. I had a fun time in that class. Well, the really weird one was that I'm trying to remember what movie we watched. We watched Gang of that's what it was. No, okay, it's not a weird movie, but Gangs of New York. But I remember I had one of my friends, David Grady. He was in the class with me and sat literally right next to me because we used to play PSP Monster Hunter all the time together. Instead of watching the movies. But there was one day because I knew that movie. I knew Gangs of New York, and so he had like goggles, and they were like the lenses of them were red. So I literally put the goggles on, these red goggles, and I'm watching the whole movie in red, and I'm like, bro, this is like a new movie. And Gray's like, shut up, man.
Dude, listen to me. This movie was meant to be seen in red.
but that reminded me back of like Schindler's List, like how the whole movie was black and white and only like red stood out. And I think I pitched it to him or someone, or maybe it was one of you guys. But I'm like, what if I shot a movie only in red? Black and red. That's all you see. Black and red. And then every time I'd be like, Brian, this is a stupid idea. Shut up.
That'd be such an exhausting movie to watch because like red is just such like a vibrant, like aggressive color. Just seeing a whole movie like that is just like Yeah,
it was interesting. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Those are dark days for me in high school. Dark days.
We're sorry, buddy.
Dark days.
Okay, they can't hurt you anymore. You've graduated.
No, they can. They know.
Hey! After his camera fell over. Yeah, this year is mine, Akhtar's, and Brian's 10-year high school anniversary.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats.
Jeez.
We're old.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna try to go. I want to see. I need to know.
I mean, I would like to go if a thing happens, but who knows if it does, and who even knows where it would be. Because I don't want to like drive more than like half an hour. If it's something where it's like, we're holding it fucking 2 hours over here, I'm like, nah, no thanks.
I can't go. I honestly, guys, I can't go because I'm busy that day.
Wait, whatever day it is, I'm busy. Sorry.
I can't do anything. Sorry.
I got other engagements.
I
Akhtar, we're going to drag you kicking and screaming. Again, as long as it's like 20 minutes away. Anything more than that, yeah, never mind.
Listen, it could be like it could be like the reunion from what's it called? Always Sunny, like how they did theirs.
The thing is, like, I have all the reason to go to.
Tools! I just want my tools.
I have all the reason to go to a high school reunion because, like, I was like the quiet kid in school, and I'm not quiet anymore. So it'd be like nobody would even know who I was at that point. They're just like, "Who the fuck is this guy? What happened to Mike James?"
Right.
I just want to see all the people that didn't like me in high school, and then just be like, "Oh God, you were a thing." I need to know. I need to know.
Except Brian, at this point, I feel like all the people who really didn't like you are probably in prison now. So I don't think there would be anyone at the actual high school reunion who would actively dislike you for any reason.
True. Or maybe they probably. I can see like when I go there, there'd probably be a lot of people like, oh yeah, I remember. I used to hate you in high school. You're not so bad now. I'll be like, oh, thanks.
Y'all definitely gotta go and just record the whole experience now.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have a GoPro on like my headband.
Yes, please.
Spike the punch with acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a party.
Yeah.
We're turning into a video.
Come on, bro. Get out there.
No, I honestly think it would be fun, and it'd be cool to see some of those people again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, see, and that's the thing, too. There's a lot of people who, like, I kind of lost touch with that I want to, like, kind of just, I guess, in a weird way, check in on them to see how they're doing and stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to name names, but I got them in my head. I don't know. There's just certain people that, like, I used to be really close with, and then, like, sometimes we had either, like, a falling out or something happen, and it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, I don't have beef against you. I don't know if you still do with me, but I just wanted to just see how you're doing, you know? Just checking in. That's all.
I would go and start new beefs with people. Where you're like, hey, we were cool in high school, but fuck you now! You sold out, man! You used to be cool! I would love to show up and just act like a complete druggy burnout and be like, oh, whatever, man, you and your corporate jobs, fuck all of you.
Just throw a beer at their head for no reason.
No, I would. I'd go full like Johnny Silverhand on those motherfuckers. It'd be amazing.
Bro.
Mike, we used to be good. Yeah, well, not anymore.
Yeah, I decided you suck. I just decided now.
You're probably the only person that could get away with that because no one would try to fight you.
Mike is a big man now.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Mike James here, he bench presses 2 houses for his daily workout routine. Like, come
2
on.
houses now? I thought it was just the one.
No, you evolved. You're so strong now. You just stick a fucking metal pole into like the foundation of your neighbor's house now, and then another one into your house, and you're just out there in the morning just pumping them.
Well, I mean, but that would be the funny thing, though, is like I really don't look anything like I used to in high school. Like, hair is completely different. I got a beard now. I've been working out since then. So unless like people at the high school reunion are friends with me on Facebook and have kept up with me, people would not know it was me, and I think that'd be really funny.
For sure. Damn, y'all gotta go if it's reasonable.
Yeah, we'll see what the plan is. I don't know. I'm part of
That's
the
the thing,
Facebook group, so
Same. Yeah, I don't know if there's any new developments, but I mean, if I can, I might actually. Well, I might try recording it. I might be. Nah, I won't. Yeah.
Just take the camera, take the tripod, like set it up, and everyone's like, "Oh, were you like hired to record this?" You're like, "Nope, this is just for me."
This is for my own profit.
Where are all the hot girls from high school? Let's see.
Yes. Damn, I'm 2 years out from my 10-year reunion, so like I'm definitely gonna go to that shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm curious. Mo, I should bring you as my +1. Like, yeah, this is my gay lover. Mo.
This is my life partner, Maurice.
Hi, you must be Chad.
No, you gotta come up there, Mo, and be like, "Yo,
Yo, sup? This man gives the best dick."
I can totally see Mo just like strolling up, be like, "Hi, my name's Mo. I heard you were an asshole to him back in high school." It's like, whoa, shit.
Have like a butterfly knife.
I'm at the suck you dick.
I was like trying to do the cool like hand things where it cuts in. Didn't hurt.
Don't even faze me anymore.
I want to come with like a anime body pillow. Just be like, yeah, this is my partner. Her name's Yoko Lidner. She's from Gurren Lagann.
This is for my mouth, and this is for
this
my...
side of the pillow. She has lingerie, but this side is naked. Notice the stains on this side.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't they make body pillows where they actually have like a fleshlight on it? Like, isn't that?
I hope not. And the fact that you
I
said
hope
that
that-
disgusts me, and I hate you.
Probably.
I feel like that's a thing. I feel like that's a thing that's made.
that's
Maybe.
the hardest thing to clean up."
It's probably made by like some person in like their bedroom with a pair of scissors.
Listen, if you're listening from YouTube or are like, on our other medias, come to the YouTube and let me know, is the pillow fleshlight a thing? I need to know. I'm not gonna Google it.
I'm not going to Google it. And you can't make me.
Shit, I'm about to be
I was like, hold on. What, like, okay, like I'm not trying to sound like weird or anything, but dude, sex toys are creative. Like, people are really creative when they make sex toys. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's ones where you can get it's just a butt. Not that I've looked. Not that I've looked.
You totally
Right.
look, bro.
I was looking for a friend. Whatever.
I realized there was like no way of saving myself.
No, but I did see. Fuck, what was? It's got a really funny name too. It's something just like fucking. It's like so blatant. It's just like 50 pounds ass and pussy. And you're like,
yeah, like literally.
okay.
Like, so I'm just gonna tell how I found this out. Okay, I don't even care. So on Facebook, there was this little anime, like I guess like page thing that I follow, where they do like a lot of anime memes, and they kind of like update you on like, anime shows. And on there, I didn't realize that how they make their money is that they have a link, and I thought it was like a link to like watch anime. No, they own sex toys, anime sex toys.
Oh,
Nice.
Brian learned a lot.
Nice.
I was curious, so I dabbled in the
Brian-
website. I wanted
Brian
to learn.
learned a lot. That's the day Brian became a man.
But they're creative, dude. They're creative. Like there is some kinky shit out there. Listen, y'all have fun. Right? Y'all do you.
all for it. I am all for it. Like I think sex toys are the fucking best. And in fact, the second sex robots become a thing, I'm buying 3 of them. I'm so into it.
I was gonna
Hell
say,
yeah.
like, it's funny, right? Because like a lot of individuals, I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know why it's seen as taboo for like dudes to own sex toys. Because like,
Shouldn't
I
be.
mean, you should. Like, they're fun things. Like you were saying, it shouldn't be. Absolutely not. I
Yeah.
want one now.
Dude, and on top of that too, using like sex toys in the bedroom, it's amazing. Like that's stuff like that needs to be just like people need to be more okay with that. There's no reason it should be taboo.
Yeah, it's a tender, loving thing.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like even if like you have a partner or anyone, I mean, yeah, man, just you both can have fun. You know, they make a his and hers.
Well, I've got 2 partners right here, lefty and righty, and they're down to add in some more people to the fun. Like, let's do it.
But I don't know. Like it was like exploring that and kind of just learning. It was kind of cool because like at the same time it was just like I know that sounds weird to say sex toys are cool, but it's just like
No,
it's just like
real, bro.
well they are. No, it's just like for me it was like a lot of the creativity that like went into it. Like someone legitly like okay, I know this is probably gonna be like too much detail, but like people actually like go in depth like in the butt one. Where you have 2 holes, but like there's like different ridges and different like feelings inside. I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, that's just to me that's just kind of cool and creative. It's just like wow, someone actually like legit was like, okay, now I want this to be super pleasurable, and I want to like go in detail with the ridges and make it feel real. And
I was just gonna say, could you imagine like the dude who has to design that? You know, he just like comes home from work, just like drops his briefcase, is just like lays down on the couch, just like oh, his wife comes in, just like, honey, how was work? And he's just like, I gotta get these pussy flaps just right.
oh my god. What's even crazier is like, who did they design that after? Like,
I don't know.
Honey, can I look again? I need to take a reference picture.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I don't need to know that detailing, but all right, it's just all right.
I need to know it all. Like, I'm have to deep dive into this one later.
Yeah. Well, see, so I'm thinking like with me, like why I guess I'm more like pro sex toys if that is a thing. But it's just I don't know, like I don't know. I guess in a weird way you can also practice safe sex with those things and I don't know, explore yourself and stuff like that. Like
it's all about sex positivity,
it.
baby. I mean, it's a human thing. It's natural. There's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
And honestly, too, I'd much rather people use like sex toys. This is funny. I'm going to say this because it's probably not going to be a thing. But like, I was looking up questions on like an advice subreddit, and one of them was like, "Yo, my dick is bleeding. I tried like humping like these bed sheets or something," and it's like, what are you doing, dude? Just buy yourself a fleshlight. Like, if you're so against like normal masturbation and like you gotta hump something else, don't hump something weird that could like hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, there's a lot of people are creative. Like, some people like use their pillows or something, which is fine. But it's like
some people use their couch.
Be careful. Yeah.
Their couch.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
My couch's name is Oksana.
Oh, that's very sweet. We're very happy for you and your couch.
Okay.
And Brian just left. He's just like, fuck this. Fuck this. Icar's fucking his couch. I'm out. That is where I draw the line.
Dude, I'm sorry. Discord is garbage today.
That's okay. It's okay. We're about an hour and 20 minutes in, so.
Oh, yeah. I anticipate probably because now my point. Y'all feel?
I feel it. Yeah.
Yes.
I think this we We hit a lot of points
Toys.
this one.
This is a good
I don't know
one.
what the title for this podcast is going to be, but I'm interested to see it.
Started talking about fucking couches. I think we need to take a little. We'll come back next time.
And this is just episode 2, baby.
Oh, right. Just wait until we keep going. We're gonna deep dive.
That's the
But-
nice thing about a bar, right? Like all the weird shit comes out in conversation.
Yeah. True. True.
Yeah,
True.
And for those listening at home, if you guys do enjoy, please share. Once again, this is available on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. If you want to watch it live, come to our Twitch, where we also do a post show that is only for the Twitch viewers. So you have to come on Thursday at 7:30 and be able to see the post show. Well, after the podcast.
Yeah, and
So.
if you're discovering this on a different platform and you want to come to Twitch to follow us, do so, because we're almost at 250 followers.
Yeah.
Help us out.
Help us out. We want love. We want all your loves.
Give us your
Oh.
views. Give us your money. Give us everything you own. But mostly your love. See? Brought it back around. Made it sweet. Made it sweet.
Full circle. Full circle.
Got sweet in the pot, you know?
But alrighty, well then we're gonna start the post show. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you guys at the next open Fyre Bar.
Bam,
Fyre Bar.
bam.